I can't feel my fingers.
What's that?
Because per the title of this video, it's cold.
Oh,
Look at baby's hair. When's the last time I seen your hair? I think you've been having on that do-rag ever since I've seen you.
You can say the same about you.
I've not had on a do-rag in a long time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's cold. Good morning, Robin A. Yeah, I mean, my hands is, and I got both hands in my pockets. And both hands in my pockets. It's cold.
Oh my gosh.
But we ain't turning on the heat, I'll tell you that. We are not that household. We are layer up. We are a layer up household. Okay. We're not turning on the heat no matter how many times you ask.
Never asked.
I know. Good morning, good doctor. Hi, Krista. Good morning, Beth. Gigi's here. Says, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. How are you today? We're doing great. Robin said it got cold fast. You're right. Like, I mean, it's like a good weather, but it's like, dang, it's like cold. Good morning, Tammy. Joyce is here. Says, good morning. It is chilly here in Florida, too. Yeah, chilly is a good word to use to describe it. Good morning, JJ. Pamela's here. Says, good morning, WAC fam. It's cold here, too, for Texas anyway. Yeah, that's basically like, it's cold for Kentucky, which is like mid 50s, low 50s maybe. October. It is no, it's September 30th. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Okay. Good morning, Leo. Aaron's here. Yeah, so it's gonna be October tomorrow, which is like eek. Beth said it was cooler here yesterday than yesterday. I will say though that just 3 hours north makes a big difference from down here. We learned that during Keto Palooza. Yeah, it was kind of cold during Keto Palooza, so it's about that weather or a little cooler as of right now. Good morning, Dama. Hi, Kelly. Chris is here. Says howdy all. Gigi says Ohio is chilly as well. Cece said good morning. Wark fam, it's cold. It's supposed to be in the 90s in Texas. This afternoon.
That's chilly.
Yeah, no, we are nowhere near the 90s anymore. We're in the 50s and 60s now. Dr. Watts said 57 degrees here in Georgia. Yeah, that's crazy.
That sounds about right.
Latanya's here, says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, a couple things I want to talk about. Number one, tried the banana keto chow yesterday. Mm-hmm. Did not love it. It was, now who's getting up and leaving me? I don't know what to do. I'm getting up and left all alone. Like, you guys. It tasted so banana-y. I mean, just like a banana milkshake. Like Richard put it in the freezer and it got a really good texture and viscosity, but the flavor was just so banana-y. And I was just like, no, I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe like a banana cream, like more cream, less banana, but it was such a strong, in a good way, but also in a really banana-y way, banana flavor. Like it was nuts. So we filmed that yesterday. We filmed the taste test on the full day of eating video that we're going to release.
Ooh.
Ew.
Oh, so banana-y.
No. So I'm having higher hopes for the strawberry and for the orange cream.
How's that be?
Yeah. So out of which other flavors?
Banana.
That's the first one you tried.
Chocolate.
Exactly. So you like, I was going to say you like banana better than chocolate, but of course he would. So
yeah, probably.
Yes. Chris said different people have different tastes and that's just fine. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm just not a fruit flavored thing. If it is not raw fruit, I do not like the flavor of it at all. So yeah.
Can't control.
Kathy said, good morning, all happy hump day. I absolutely love the camels. So, Chris said Richard had the chocolate toffee too. Yeah, he tasted some of that.
That was good.
It was not a lot because I kept that.
I've liked all of them so far. I've not had one bad tasting keto chow.
Yes. And that's just because he has a lot wider array of tastes than I do. I have a lot more limiting palate. So
that is also true.
Yeah, because pretty much fruit flavored things are just not it for me.
Well, it's cooked or altered fruit.
Yeah.
Do you like whole bananas?
Yeah. Okay. I like raw whole fruit. That's it. I don't like fruit in any other preparation other than raw whole fruit.
And what are the odds that you would choose that? Like if you had raw whole fruits and anything else on the table. Would it be anything else?
Well, it depends on what anything else is.
Okay.
If it's between like any other sweet, like chocolate if it's like chocolate or nuts or anything
other sweet.
Yeah, then I'm choosing the sweets.
Okay.
But if it's like raw whole fruits and like maybe vegetables, I would choose the fruits.
Okay,
like I like fruit.
Okay.
Like fruit used to be, we were talking about that when we went to Meyer, saw the pears. Like fruit used to be as part of my daily diet, like pears and peaches and things like that. Strawberries.
Nice.
I used to buy tons of strawberries and pineapples and cut that up, every week. But I just don't have to anymore.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, everything changed.
Yes.
Well, that's interesting. I did not know that about you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning something today as well.
Yeah, maybe for the October Halloween cheat day, we just get some fruit too. That would be delicious. So it's a sad life that fruit makes it a red day. But Cece said, can't wait to get my keto chow. Yeah, it's the chocolate toffee and the cookies and cream were really good. Jasar said, good morning, Wark America. Hope everyone is having a great morning. I am. We are having a good morning. Chris has 10 hours left on his fast. So what does that mean? That means that you are going to be eating it would be 7. So it'll be like 5 o'clock today, your time. Okay. So that means you're definitely eating today, right? Question, like you're eating dinner. See, I'm the type of person, I could not break my fast during the day because right now, if you're going to eat at 5:30, I would be like, it would be 1:30 and I'm just like, screw it. I've already made it this far and I want to eat, I have to eat first thing in the morning.
Yes,
so what would happen is I would push through today and just sleep away, the fast and then wake up and eat first thing tomorrow morning. Because if I knew that eating was on the schedule at 5 p.m. today, all I would be thinking about up until 5 p.m. was like, I want to eat, I want to eat, I want to eat. So Rashana said, Grand Rising, good peeps. How's the hashtag Whack fam? Doing good. Chris said, I used to eat several apples a day unless it was nectarine season. Now I eat bacon and wings. I know, right? I kind of like those better. I do like bacon and I do like keto better. No, I don't like wings. I do like keto better. That's what I'm saying. I don't really miss fruit, even though I really enjoyed it. I don't miss it, so it's not something because, even like over a year ago when I tried to get my other family to do keto, they weren't even like, oh, my breads and pastas. They were like, oh, but I love my fruit. And I'm just like,
is that what they all said?
Yes. Yeah. And I'm just like, you don't need fruit that much, first of all. And then we don't get started on the genetically modified nature's candy. That is what we call fruit these days, which was an actual fruit, But yeah, so I don't, as much as I enjoy it, that would be like a holiday or like a cheat day sort of thing. I love them like fruit trays with that yogurt dipping sauce. Now that's, my Aunt Beverly knows how to put together a good fruit tray. You know what I'm saying? Gosh. So it was good. Speaking of Aunt Beverly, Amber told me that she is off work today. Nice. Like I think for the next 4 days. So we don't have to go take care of BJ, but like,
that's cool.
That was like the first day in like a week and a half that she's had off. So that was crazy. Yeah.
Overtime.
Krista said, so excited that my snacks and swag will be delivered today. Yeah, most everybody is getting theirs today. I'm excited about that. Joy said, Autumn, I found the chocolate almond milk. I am thinking about mixing almond milk and heavy whipping cream with my last keto chow. Do you think that would work? Yes. Somebody said that they did that. I don't even know if it was here yesterday or on the keto chow live. But like I was talking about how I wanted it to be my shake to be more viscous or like thicker. And they were like, you can use nut milk instead of water. And I was like, that's a great idea. Yeah. So Chris, I know you reference beef gelatin a lot when making your keto chow. I'm going to make my 2 packets today. So I'm doing chocolate peanut butter and what was the other one, you guys? I forget.
Chocolate mint?
No, because it was salted caramel. Because I knew one was chocolate and one was non-chocolate. So I have unflavored gelatin packets. Like, isn't that mostly like bovine gelatin? But regardless, you reference beef gelatin a lot. But I was like, could I use a teaspoon of just the unflavored gelatin packet that I got from, the store? Would that work as well? Because I'm thinking of doing that. I'm going to bloom it in the cold water and then I'm going to mix it in with the keto chow. Blooming gelatin is just going to get like gunky,
Just let it sit.
And it's going to get gunk. No, it's not going to dissolve. When you put it in the cold water, it gunks up and then it doesn't dissolve until you put it into the hot water. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to be nasty and gunky in that cold water.
First.
I know, right? That's how committed I am to making the shakes thicker. You know, that's how important it is to me that they have a thicker consistency. Good morning, Linda. Let's see. Chris said, just Miriam and I are fasting, but when we're fasting, we tend to forget the kids need food. And we tend to let them have leftovers. Yeah, that would be difficult fasting with a family, and you have babies to feed. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Joe Ray. Glad that you're here.
That's when you just meal prep them.
Exactly.
Just make like a big pot of something.
Okay. Like, Chris said unflavored gelatin works absolutely fine. Go ahead and use it. Yes. Per your live yesterday, you said a teaspoon of gelatin thickens. No. A teaspoon of gelatin thickens the shake. A tablespoon of gelatin turns it into pudding. I don't want it to be that thick, you know. So I'm gonna go with a teaspoon of gelatin.
An actual teaspoon too,
not like an actual spoon. No, I'm gonna measure. Yeah, I'm measuring teaspoon. D said, morning from the cards, meeting week. What are they thinking? Giving you all these meetings, man. That's just the absolute worst. Let's see. Yes, there you go. See, Chris said a teaspoon thickens it.
See, there you
3 teaspoons makes it a pudding. Exactly. I can remember things very, very well. Like I have a very good, what is the trait called? I can recognize patterns easily, and then I can very quickly remember things like if I've heard it or seen it just once. For instance, so Richard loves me. And I love Sunday Night Football on NBC. I love Carrie Underwood's, little song in the beginning. Yeah, her opening song. So first of all, her opening song differed just a little bit from last year. She's like, the words are mostly the same, but like the little runs and all the little things she does are different. And then also every week she has to change it because she sings one particular line that refers to just the 2 football teams of that week, right? So the first time we listened to it, because we always put it on DVR because we make sure we don't miss it. The first time we listened to it, I'm just singing all the parts I know, but then there's some parts that I can't remember that I don't know because they're brand new. But then Richard always rewinds it because he knows that I want to sing it again. And then just that second time, I already have the words, I already have the runs, I already have the new lyrics and everything. And it's just like a lot of people.
That was your muscle memory?
Yeah. Or, like their ability to see something and then remember it and quickly regurgitate it. Like, for instance, I remember when I was in college, I missed a class. I was taking an acting class because I minored in theater. I missed that class for like a doctor's appointment one day or something like that. So they were all doing monologues and I missed monologue day. And so the next day I walked in, like I still had to do my monologue. The teacher gave me a paper and was like, just go outside, read over it for 3 minutes and then come back in and perform it. And so I went and read it and I came back in and I performed the monologue and everyone was just like staring at me blankly. And I was like, oh my God, did I do so bad? And they were like, bro, you didn't look down once. Like you memorized it. And I was like, oh yeah, I did. Like I have a very quick memory. I don't know what that's called, but
I mean, memory retention. I don't know.
Yeah.
Muscle memory, a little bit of all the above.
I know, right? Beth said, I used to eat Fiji apples and peanut butter every late morning as a snack before keto. That sounds good. Peanut butter and apples are my favorite.
I think they're a good combo.
I do not like, everyone comment, what's your favorite apple? First of all, there shouldn't be that many different types of apples, first of all. Second of all, I used to say that Granny Smith was my favorite because it was tart. And I love tart things, as you remember. I love sour things, but then I absolutely hate red apples. Any apples that have the red skin on them at all, I don't like. So I recently figured, by recently, I mean 3 years ago, because when's the last time I had an apple? I realized that I also liked golden delicious apples, like the yellow apples.
Yes.
It's really just the red apple that I can't eat. So I just don't like the skin. It's too thick. And I just don't like the flavor. It's so weird.
Mine.
No, No, the Granny Smith. No, I like the apples with the peel on.
Slice them.
No. I'm just more of a wedger. I was one of those like Apple Core, actually the machines and whatnot. Beth said breakfast was a toasted PB&J sandwich. In my head, I thought the sugar-free jelly was healthy. It was the bread adding to my thighs, though. You're right. Exactly.
I mean, the things we learn, Beth, right? It's
exactly.
Like you don't know what you don't know.
Holly said, morning from the car on my way to get my hair done. So excited. I would be excited too. I need to get my hair done as well. I need to get back on my hairstylist's regular schedule because for like the last 4 months, I wasn't. But now that I'm going back in there more regularly, I need to get back on her schedule. Dr. Watts said, I do love this weather as well, Gigi. Yeah, I mean, I really like this weather. I wish, once again, we had a back porch and/or patio to sit on. That's fine, but we have a back patio actually. It's just cement though. Let's see. D said new CTO is showing off with a product expo week. Oh, well, that's all executives do is show off. So there you go. Gail said, good morning, Autumn and Richard. It is cold. You're right. Yeah. Rashana said, I'm a visual learner. Not only am I a visual learner, when I learn something, especially how to do, if I'm learning how to do something, I have to do it with my hands. But yes, I do learn better when I see something versus when I read something. We've talked about that. Like my reading comprehension is garbage. Okay. Like I could watch a video or like a documentary or something and basically tell you everything that happens. But if I have to read all of that same data, just in and out, like I can't do it.
I'm also a visual learner, but I'm heavy repetition. I need over and over and over. I need like flashcards and I need like stuff like that. I need to see it 2 or 3 times and then it starts to sink in.
I can see it once, but the more I see it, the better. But I'm also like I can also place, like my spatial memory is good too. Because if I took notes, like in college, I used to remember I took notes while I was in class and during the test, I could reference where on the page I took those notes. Like I could actually recall, what that looks like.
In college, it took me like a year before I mastered the art of note-taking.
Yeah, no.
Before you realize you can't just scribble anything down. And I was like, that sounds like a nice thing. Remember that? Then after a while, I'm like, well, that was now when you sit there and study and you're like, what the heck?
What does this make sense? One thing that I did realize about myself, Tanya said, hi, fam, I'm late after a virtual doctor's appointment, but I'm glad you're here now. Hi, mom. One thing that I realized about myself is that I used to think when I was taking notes, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll remember that. And then just do that. And okay, I'll remember that. And then I would not remember it. Like I would never trust myself to remember. Like, no, write it down because you think you're going to remember it, but you're going to.
Because it would be like finals and I'd go over stuff I wrote earlier and then like the context would be all lost to me because I'm like, what did I even mean when I wrote that? Yeah. So I learned that if I'm writing something, write what it meant, and then like I would actually like draw arrows to other stuff.
Yes, and, like, for the context. You're right.
My note taking toward my senior year was
Jessica said, I'm an open book at all times sort of learner. I know one open book test, but see, open book tests, that's how they get you. Because like you need to at least know some of the answers or you'll spend all day looking for them.
Open book tests are honestly a little harder because
and they trick you
into really want you to know the super details. Yeah. So it's like, oh God.
But, I was the type of person in college, like I went to class and I barely studied, where there was a lot of people that never went to class, but they studied all the time. Like all of my friends would do like all-nighters in the library and everything like that. And I'm just like, why? Like I went to class, I already know everything, but they wouldn't go to class. So they would have to read the chapters and study. And I'm just like, nah.
I went to class. I mean, I didn't like stay after every time, but I went to class, but then I would also.
Yeah, Joe Ray said like eidetic memory, something like that. I think that's because it's not like photographic, but it's something similar. So.
Oh yeah, no, you're a sponge. You retain that information. Most people will just take 3 or 4 passings before the retention starts.
Yes. Rosalind Sears says, good morning, everyone. Late start this morning. Glad that you're here. B Sears says, morning all. Finally moved into our new house. Yay. That's amazing. That's a huge feat. Moving is the worst.
Especially a whole house.
Beth said, I'm a horrible student. I never know what is important. I know that's one thing I really didn't like about college either is like they just inundate you with so much information and you're like, how am I supposed to filter through to understand what's important to retain and what's not?
Well, that's kind of what the first test is for. The very first test, you get the idea of exactly how much the course is based on the book versus the teachings versus That's why you don't learn it till your junior year. I mean, this is when I was just like, because my freshman sophomore, I would write the dumbest notes and be like, didn't make any. By my junior year, I'll be like, I know exactly what we're doing. I know where we're like, okay, write this down. Then I would like draw a picture or something, and then draw an arrow to the other thing, and then my notes were amazing.
My honey bun, his amazing notes. Tanya said, I'm a great note taker. I was a last minute studier. I would lose information if I studied too soon. Yes, samesies. I couldn't. It's like I have like a short-term memory. I can like cram it all in my head right before I need to do it. And then as soon as I don't need it anymore, it just goes away. So that's pretty good. So
I think that's all.
Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about, which we did, was the banana keto chow. I just can't get with the flavor. Second thing I want to talk about was yesterday we finally started. Ew.
My bad.
Yesterday, where's your mouth? You don't know where your mouth is?
Well, I want to spill it out.
Yesterday we finally started watching Lovecraft Country, and like, whoa, that's all we have to say. Like, we've been letting it rack up on the DVR for a very long time. Yes. And we were like, we got to start this or we're never going to start it. And like, I knew it was like science fiction-y based on the previews that I had seen on HBO, but like, we only watched the first 2 episodes. I was scared. Have y'all seen Lovecraft Country? Did y'all see the monsters in like, what was it? Was it the first episode? The second episode? Did y'all see them things? They were disgusting. And I was just like, well, I didn't need to be watching this right before I go to sleep. But luckily I slept well. It was horrible. But the storyline it was very, we talked about, it's very Watchmen, you know? It's like, this isn't reality, but it's a weird story with like definite racial undertones, but like for supernatural reasons, though. Like, it was a lot. And so I'm excited to keep watching it though. So
I mean, it's interesting. I would agree. It reminds me of like 3 different shows. A little bit of, what did I say? A little bit of Watchmen, a little bit of
you said Preacher.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of like Preacher.
Never heard of it.
What was it? AMC. It's on Walking Dead channel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just bananas. It's like a little bit of like just like War of the Worlds or something like that.
Kind of War of the Worlds. Yeah. Like, once again, first 2 episodes, which a lot of people on my Facebook at least said that like episode 3 was like a game changer. And I was like, what else needs to be changed? Because episodes 1 and 2 were messed up. Beth said, I attended summer school, all of middle school, and 2 years of high school. I hated school by my sophomore year. Oh yeah, that's a lot. You know, school was always easy for me, but I really didn't take, I guess I took for granted just how easy it is for some and you know, difficult for others. But that just doesn't mean that, you know, people that really can't go through the traditional school system and things like that, it has nothing to do with their intelligence, you know?
Well, I'm just going to say my biggest thing, I was horrible in college until I changed my major.
Exactly. That also has something to do with it.
Business general accounting. I went to business general and accounting. Slept in class. I mean, that was one. And then I changed it to broadcasting. Straight A's ever since, straight A's and B's after that.
Sounds
like super. Like, it's just, my thing is find what you love. Find what you love to do and do it.
I didn't really know that. Like, if I got a business degree because my dad told me to, which,
that's why I went to college initially.
I'm okay with that because, hey, it's afforded me every single thing that's led me right up to this point in my life. But, you know, nobody really said to me, think about what you like to do and how that could be used as a job and then major in that. Like, if I would have definitely gone into human resources, like instructional design and training. Like, I love to talk. I love to explain. I love, you know, to help people understand things, but I didn't think to get a degree in that or any sort of certification. So now it's just like, even though I have 10 years experience in corporate America, none of it is that. And so I can't just go get the job doing that because I don't have any certifications or don't know about adult learning theories and stuff like that. So
anything in the corporate world, you can slide right in easy peasy.
Yeah, like in like a business analyst sort of thing. So yeah. Let's see. Maitreya said, right, that show is wild. It is wild. Joe Ray said he was trying to do the Got Milk mustache. Absolutely not. Those commercials were horrible. You not know how to drink banana keto chow?
I was drinking a milkshake.
No.
Who out there who drinks milkshakes and don't get something on your lip? That's all I. But you drink with a straw?
A, yes. And then B, God. Yeah, that really is the only way I drink milkshakes. Dr. Watts says Lovecraft Country has a podcast companion that explains a lot of the details. Interesting. I think I would like to listen to that like after I watch the whole thing. I don't want to know too much. I like to try to figure it out in my head. So
I used to read up on everything and then ruin everything for myself.
Yes.
My early 20s, I was researching every video game, every movie. So by the time I go to the actual movie and see it, I'm like, well, I know this is going to happen. I know this is going to, and this is, okay, that. It's like, what the heck I point out buy the ticket for? If I come, I'm like, so stop researching so much and everything. Just
Keto Dana is here. Good. She says, good morning, whackers. Better late than never. Hope everyone is doing amazing today. Thank you. We are. I see. I'm the opposite. I like spoilers. They're not spoilers to me. Like knowing what's going to happen, as in when someone, if I read it like an article or if someone firsthand tells me what happens, that is not the same as watching it to me. I'll still want to watch it. I most likely like it better when I know what's going to happen.
You are so unique.
So yeah, like I know what's going to happen, and
so you're the only person
I get to see how it plays out. Yeah,
please spoil it for me.
So yeah, there was a group of there was like an article written about that, like for people who actually enjoy spoilers or where spoilers makes them enjoy the things more. Like that's definitely me. Like if you tell me like, okay, on the next episode of Lovecraft Country, it gets really weird because a spaceship comes down and then this guy comes back to life and then they go back to the hometown and they do this and this.
Literally what a spoiler is.
Yeah, that's not like I'd be like, oh, bet, and then I want to watch it. To me, that doesn't mean that like, oh, well, I don't have to watch it anymore because I already know what's going to happen. Like I still want to watch it.
We're only on episode 2. Or episode 3.
Yeah, we finished episode 2. The next one we have to watch is episode 3. Dr. Watts said 3 episodes are left in this season. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's probably short. Well, like 10 episodes.
We stocked up on purpose.
Exactly.
So we didn't have to wait a week. Just boom, 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 boom. We're used to that binge, a faux binge. It's a faux binge.
Yes, a binge. Robin says yes. I like to know as well. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just different sorts of people. No, I'm also excited because it is official. We booked all of our travel yesterday for the low carb cruise. So we booked our flights to Houston. We booked the, I went ahead and paid for the balance of the cruise. Like, it's just like, once again, I was like, I got to get it out of the way so that I don't realize that the expense, 8 months in the future. So, yeah, but today, but then I'm also excited because that made me realize that like we need to get Richard's travel documents. So today we are actually going to apply for a pre-check number because I have a pre-check because I used to travel a lot for work and like I have a known traveler number and I was like, it doesn't really help me to get pre-check if he doesn't have pre-check and then I got to stand there and wait for him to like do this and stuff like that. You guys, Richard's never been to the airport. He's never been through security. Like, so if he gets a pre-check before that, he's never going to have to go through like regular security. So that's crazy. So
I've driven everywhere I've ever been.
So that's exciting. And then next Tuesday or one of those days, we have the appointment to get his passport. So that is exciting. So
getting her done.
Yes. So I was excited about that. Like now I'm like, oh, it's getting real. I'm so excited. Treva's here, says, good morning, family. I'm glad that you're here. Chris said, what the heck? I haven't even booked my flights yet, mostly because we don't know if 2 of our kids are coming and if we are swapping out my parents for them. I mean, it's good hashtag family problems, like it's just the 2 of us. We are going on a cruise, just the 2 of us.
Well, also you future plan so hard.
Yeah, so hard. I future planned everything so hard. Yes. So yes, I am excited about that, and I know that I will thank myself in May when I'm like, oh, everything's already paid for. What? Treva said if you have pre-check and his ticket is with yours, he'll automatically get pre-check, which don't you know that happened? I think with my best friend Ashley when we went to Paris, and she automatically got pre-check because I had pre-check, and I was like, they don't have her fingerprints on file. She did not fill out the appropriate paperwork. How are they just letting her go through here with like leaving her shoes on, basically? So either way, we're taking no chances.
Ladies and gentlemen, my wife.
And Joe Ray said, that's crazy. No planes. I know, right? He's never been on a plane.
No, so. I've driven everywhere. I've never been to the West Coast. That's the only thing. I mean, we've driven I've driven to what? Minneapolis, New York, Florida.
The Carolinas.
Yeah, like all through the Northeast. I haven't been to Texas. I've been close.
That's too far to drive. Yeah. Joy said, are we going to have a group that we are going under? Yeah, if you just book with Debbie on the Low Carb Cruise website and everything, she just automatically adds you to the group and everything. So Holly said, so great, Richard. Now the sky's the limit for you. I know, right?
I mean, it was never against it. It was just I never had a reason to travel that far.
Yeah.
Until now.
And I mean, and they drove in cars. I mean, yeah, he's gone to Florida, pretty far places that you could fly to.
So much easier.
They've just driven. Yeah, exactly. So,
oh, trust me, driving to Florida a couple of times, you'll be like, how much is those tickets?
Yeah.
Especially when you got to go through Florida.
Yes.
Because that's what throws people off. It's like you see the I'm in Florida sign. You're like, yay, we're here.
You still got 6 hours to go.
I got to drive to another state.
Exactly.
Yes, Florida is very deceiving. Much like Texas and California.
Yeah, it's huge. Exactly. Matrey says, so jealous. I want to go on the cruise so bad, but it's not in the cards for me for 2021. I know, right? I didn't know it was in the cards for me for 2021 till it was.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much our big trip for the year, though. It's like, well, nothing else is popping off in 2021. So.
Well, I mean, also we hadn't taken any this year.
Exactly. Chris said, I think Autumn should film Richard screaming like a little girl when the plane takes off. I think he'll be fine. It's not,
it's not
air travel is, it's a lot more, it's a lot better.
I might be a little queasy, but I don't think I'll be like just the rumbling. We're good. Once you're up there.
It's actually the thing that is like, I guess the most jarring is like your ears popping and then just the like pressurization that happens when you're going.
It's just like going down an underpass or something really fast in your car.
Yes.
You go underneath like a train, and poke out. Your ears do a little popping.
Yes.
I know a little bit. I mean,
Gail says,
I'm not afraid of heights.
In my 62 years of life, I've only flown fewer than 10 times. Man, that's 10
times more than me.
I know, right? Sometimes you don't, sometimes you don't have to,
It's less than 10 times more.
But I've realized I love to travel. I love to experience things and see things out of my eyes, And so that is one thing that I'm going to make it a point to do, with any and all extra income that we have is now I'm free to see the world. Yeah. Like that was a hover round commercial. Absolutely.
I thought that was Little Mermaid.
No. Joyce said, awesome. Barry and I need to get our passports updated. Barry has never been out of the USA. Crazy.
I also haven't done that.
I only got my passport back in 2013 when my family went on, me and my sister and my dad, we went to Mexico. We went to that Cancun trip, which that should be coming up in 2023. I talked to my dad about that. We go to Cancun once every 10 years. At this point, we've only done it twice.
I was going to say, how often?
That was amazing. Yeah, it was really, really amazing.
Two-time tradition.
Yes. So
you went when you were
18.
Yeah, teenager.
Yeah, we went for a graduation present. We were 18.
Nice.
Then we were 28. So 38's coming up.
Look at that.
Yes.
Full circle.
Beth said my daughter hates to fly because of the ear pain. Yeah, I've gotten more sensitive to it as I've gotten older. But if I like chew gum or something, then it's okay. So.
I'm like, you're not gonna be on that long. It's like an hour or two.
Yeah.
As long as you don't leave the United States.
Yeah, well, actually, in my opinion, the longer the flights, the better because
so used to it.
Yeah, you get used to it and things even out. Like the thing that I don't like flying out of Louisville is there's a lot of connecting flights to like Atlanta, South Carolina, Minneapolis, New York, Detroit. Like those take about an hour, If it takes 30 minutes to ascend, by the time you get, boom, all right, we've started our initial descent down into Minneapolis, St. Paul. I'm like, we just got here. Like, I mean, can we cruise for a little bit? So I like the longer flights because then things actually set up. You actually get to stay the same for longer. So Trina said, I was a business traveler for over a decade. My first flight was at 3 years old. I love to fly. I love to travel in general. Yeah, nice. I was a child. We used to go to like gospel singing conventions. Yeah, when I was a child. So I would say between 7 and 10 maybe was my first flight. But it was, cool. I've liked, other than that convention though, once a year, we never traveled. I didn't travel again like that until work. So that was pretty great. So yeah, that was, I'm excited. We booked all the travel. I looked at flights to Paris just because I was just like, ooh, let's just be fun and look at flights to Paris.
Oh my gosh.
So first of all, they don't go out that far. So they don't go out till 2022. Secondly, they didn't have any flights from Indianapolis to Paris, which I was like, where are those flights? Because we definitely took one earlier this year, but with the limited schedule and everything, Lord knows. But all I'm saying,
as it shows you 2 years away is
exactly. A lot of stuff can happen there. Yeah,
that's a mental.
Kat says, "Good morning, Autumn and Richard, and all the precious people." I love that. Thank you. Nice. So yeah, Chris said, FYI, you don't need a passport for the cruise that begins and ends in the same port, but it is highly recommended. Oh, interesting. So even if we're going to like Mexico and Jamaica, you don't need a passport. Either way, we need a passport. So he needs to get a passport. But that's interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you very much. So yeah, we need to be able to travel internationally on a whim. So we got to make sure we have passports. Plus these days with like all the federal identifications that you need, like, there's like a couple of states' driver's licenses that won't be accepted as identification anymore. Better to get a passport. Yeah. So, Joyce said, I love to fly, especially to England. Flying to England will always hold a special place in my heart because it was the first international flight I've ever been on. And also I like flying. Yeah, I just like flying to Europe in general, but it's scary too, because the flights are just long enough where you can sleep. Like, I don't know how I feel about flying to Australia. It's like, wow, that's a lot of time. Like Thailand. Like flying to Asia, like really, really long flights. I don't know how I feel about that. But England is just like a 9-hour flight, 8 to 9 hour flight, just long enough to where you can sleep. And then you wake up and then everyone has a great accent. The thing I do not like, the thing I don't like, I guess, is customs. It's okay if you're not in a rush or don't need anything. But boy, I hate filling out that little residency card. But I do like going through customs because like they actually look at you like, I'm like, oh, if I was a spy right now, I'd have to like try to trick these people into thinking that I am who I say I am on the passport.
Just one of those change your name things again.
Yes, because they ask you. They're like, hey, what's your name? Where are you from? Why are you here? And I'm like, oh, I'm business. Oh, what's the name of your company? Okay. When are you going to leave? Oh, 5 days. Oh, where are you staying? I was like, what is with the Inquisition? But like, they're trying to make sure, that you're who you say you are.
Good thing you didn't go with,
and that you're going to leave,
You have your alias when you were in.
Exactly. So I know, right? But yes, it is interesting, the little test they put you through when you go to customs. So yes.
Yeah, they just want to make sure you know exactly all the lies you're going to say.
Holly said, I heart travel. That's why I was a flight attendant. Yeah, I would definitely like something like that. But I just can't do the confined spaces. Like the flight attendants where you have to like just like the little seat bends down and you have to sit and then put on the the seatbelt thing. And I'm just
I'm fine with all that. My thing is you have to talk to people. That's when
no, I don't mind that.
Say, hey, you got to talk to all the people.
Yeah,
not just the ones that are cool.
Kathy says cool. India's 36 plus hours rough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Pamela said, no, you don't need it. But if anything happens, you end up having to fly back. They would need it. So best to have it anyway. You're right. So, it's just better to have it and not need it. So, that is. And I'm glad that we found all of his identification documents, because that's the worst part about applying for a passport or like the known traveler number. Is like, where is your birth certificate? Dadgummit. But we found all of that stuff yesterday. So now that we have it, and I know exactly where it's going to go since I organized all my file papers earlier this year. So I'm excited about that. So Kathy said flight attendants equal mass patrol now. I know, right? Fun times. Exactly.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, it's not the great
anymore,
people that makes it awesome. It's the not so great people that makes it a drag.
Dr. Y says, my dream job as a child was to be an American Airlines flight attendant. I love the wingtins. If I'm flying for anybody these days, it's Delta. Have y'all seen that like crushed, like purple, that maroon, them dresses that they wear now? I was like, y'all look great. Oh my God. Like, I love that maroon that they have them wearing. It is amazing. So Miriam says, how did you like your hot keto chow? Have not had it yet. Definitely won't have it until sometime later this week. Yes. Really, like today's the last day of the month, so tomorrow's my weigh-in. So I'm fasting today, but because it's a normal fasting day, I'm gonna be up on my weigh-in tomorrow. I don't care. Like I weighed 168 on October 1st. I'm gonna weigh at best 174 tomorrow. So it's gonna be quite a gain. But like I said, I don't even care. The one thing that like makes me feel kind of meh about this past quarter is that I am I'm netting a gain or basically a maintain for the quarter. Nice. So at the beginning of, July, August, September. So at the beginning of July, I weighed like 173. So the fact that I'm going to begin the quarter weighing essentially 173 again, whereas that previous quarter in, April, I weighed 190. And then I ended weighing 173. So that was a significant loss. Now, basically, over the course of this quarter, I've just maintained the whole time. So, I would like to see a difference. Now, unfortunately, the end of the year is not going to be any better because that's when we move into the holidays and I can't pay attention to that. So I need to figure out probably Christmas Day. I need to figure out the last day of the year that I'm going to weigh myself because I know that the week between Christmas and New Year's is going to be no bueno. So, I need to figure out, when that weigh-in day is going to be. So, Cece said, had a good experience on Southwest this past weekend. I like Southwest. I don't like the, the
anxiety from the
not having seating. Exactly. But I mean, I like the airline. If I'm flying anywhere, it's either Delta or Southwest.
Which, of course.
Then United and then American after that.
Now the boarding is probably super easy, right?
Yes.
Like just because of the traffic's down.
And you can't have middle seats anyway. Yeah, exactly.
So now Southwest is like.
Sheila said, good morning, Autumn and Richard and my WAC fam. Hi, Sheila. Glad that you're here.
One of the inadvertent.
So right after this, I'm going to make some keto chow. It's going to be the chocolate peanut butter. And it's going to be the salted caramel. I'm excited about that. I'm going to have one of them tomorrow and one of them on Friday. I am excited to try that. And then maybe I'll have the hot chocolate keto chow on Sunday. Like that'll be a Sunday treat with the football. So I'm excited.
Nice.
So
nice.
Let's see. Oh, Gigi said, PSA, don't wait until the last minute if you need to get a passport. I discovered my name was spelled wrong on my birth certificate. It took a while to get that fixed. A, we're traveling in May, so we're definitely not waiting to the last minute. But then B, we actually ran into that situation when we were at the DMV. There was a woman in front of us that had like little children, maybe like 7 and 8 year olds, and she was getting IDs for them. Like she was getting IDs made for them. Yeah. And so the woman took their picture and everything like that, and she gave the IDs to their mom, and then she was just like, oh no, you spelled her name wrong. There's supposed to be an A here and you put an E. And then she goes, oh, really? And then she looked at the birth certificate and she was like, no, this is what it says on the birth certificate. And then the mom looked at the birth certificate and was like, oh my God, that is wrong. And I was just like, this has been this girl's legal name her whole life and you didn't even know, so I know that's crazy, but yeah, make sure they don't have. Yes. So Cece said, drinking my coffee and it's so good. Yeah, I wish I could have coffee, especially on a day like today, but as I've discovered, I can't have coffee unless I put too much stuff in it. And that's not really in line with my fasting. So yeah, I know, right? Good morning, Jim. I'm glad that you're here. Cece said, are you just doing keto chow today? Oh no, I'm fasting today. I'm not eating anything. I'm making my keto chow for tomorrow and for Friday. Yes. So
Sheila says pistachios are chow for the day.
I don't think I'm not going to like it. I did not mind the flavor of the pistachios at all.
Like, you just didn't like the hassle of opening.
Exactly. I did not like the hassle of opening them. And I do not think they taste good enough to warrant the carb count. I'm interested in trying pistachio
flavored stuff.
Yeah, flavored stuff, because I'm like, the taste of pistachios wasn't even that strong to me to where it'd be like, what would a flavor of this even be?
Yeah, I know.
But like when we were in Paris, we went to a little ice cream spot where they basically, it was like a cup. They put ice cream in and then they basically dipped the whole thing in pistachios. And I was like, and then it was all green and nasty looking. And it just tastes like almonds. Like pistachios taste like almonds to me. So
there you go. See, at least you're putting your mindset in a positive place.
Yes, exactly. So it's probably going to be the color that would weird me out, if anything. But I don't think I'm going to dislike the flavor. So, Chris said it tastes like green pistachio ice cream or green pistachio pudding. Do you think I've had either of those? It's a no for me, dog. So I really don't know. Kathy says, I drink hot coffee daily, even when it's 115. It's my daily yum. See, coffee isn't my daily yum unless I mask it with so many other things that you can barely tell it's coffee. So, you know.
Again, I think most people do that.
Well, no, some people like black coffee. Some people like black coffee with just cream. Some people like black coffee with just sweetener, so it's still black coffee.
No, you can't add anything to it, change it from black coffee.
Okay, well, so black coffee.
Black coffee is a straight pour drink.
Oh, okay. So there's coffee with cream and no sweetener, or coffee with sweetener and no cream. I can't do either of those. I've got to have both.
Oh, yeah. Well, I definitely need additive. I just can't drink straight coffee. It needs something in it else. Something else. I don't know what.
No, I don't like the taste of coffee.
I used to work with a guy that just straight out the container.
It's just bitter and gross to me.
It's like a shot of vodka.
I don't like it.
It's like, ooh, just shot in your face.
Cece said, I love me some coffee with Jordan Skinny syrup and nut pod. Yeah, see, I can't even do nut pod creamer. I need heavy whipping cream. Like I need even more creamier than that.
You need all this.
Yeah, exactly. No, I need to tamper down the taste of coffee.
Especially with your chocolate collagen. Like you definitely do more to coffee. Basically, most people is just coffee, sugar, cream.
Yes. Gail says, I wish I could drink black coffee, just can't do it. I kind of wish I could too, because then I could have coffee on days like today to warm me up. It just don't work.
Yes.
Grandma Voice is here, joined just in time for us to leave. We have an appointment. Oh gosh. Just in time for my weight. Yesterday I ate. It was delicious. I had that chocolate toffee keto chow, which was great. I had the cheese snacks and the high-low, and then I had the grilled meats with the bacon cheeseburger. So much good stuff was had yesterday. So I was excited to step on the scale today and weigh 175.2. That's plus or minus 0. No. So yeah, whenever I cannot gain on an eating day, that's a win. That is a win for me. So that is what we're going through. I didn't exercise this morning. Probably going to exercise tomorrow morning, unless I think it's Friday. Yeah, like we have to go. Me and my sister have to go paint the shop on Friday. Like more painting. Yeah, exactly.
It's more of a different room.
Yeah, a different room. Yes. So I know you guys. I'm so excited. Richard has like a work project this week. His company got, they got hired to film a play or something like that. So now Richard's back behind the camera where he belongs. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully this means the ramp up of more work and getting back to normal for them. But, it'll be interesting. So because Richard's just been working so hard on, my project for the last few months. So I'll be excited for him to have his own thing, even if he's not necessarily excited for him to have his own thing.
I'm excited.
Okay, good. He is excited for him to have his own thing.
So. I'm more of an internal excited.
He's internally excited. Okay.
Spew it everywhere.
Yes. Chris said behind the camera as opposed to in front of the camera, right where he belongs. I know, right? He's gotten better at in front of the camera, but I've come to know Richard's not an improviser. Okay. He needs
this is not Watch Richard.
It basically is, Richard.
But my topics aren't, if I was sitting here talking, it's supposed to be basketball and stuff.
That's okay. You have free, if I leave you to talk to Work America by yourself, it is understood that you have free reign to discuss whatever you want. You don't have to continue my narrative. Be yourself. You can talk about whatever you want. So maybe that'll be better, his improvisation. So D said, does that mean he won't be able to edit for you anymore eventually? I really hope not. Like, I really hope that he can do both.
That'll be fun.
You can do both?
That'll be fun.
It's a lot. Okay. So, because it's a lot. So. Let's see. Chris said it's watch Richard, watch Autumn stand up and take a phone call. Exactly. So, I just want him to be as comfortable as possible in front of the camera. Okay.
I just need to settle, coming from broadcast television.
Yeah, where everything is scripted and
is vastly
pre-planned and things like that. So, yes. Okay. All right, well, that's it. We got things to do, places to be, but guess what today is? Hashtag Whack Wednesday. So we're going to be back over on Watch Autumn Keto tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
So don't forget your coffee.
Don't forget.
Straight black.
Yeah. And don't be drunk. Drink coffee at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And you won't be able to go to sleep. But have a good day, everyone. We'll talk to you later.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye. You're so cute.